Coming to operating ratio. Now students, operating ratio is an expenses ratio actually. It shows the share of operating expenses in the sales of a firm. So what does this ratio actually imply, or it tells us? It tells us about the share of operating expenses in the sales of the business. Now since it tells us about the share of operating expenses, that means lower this ratio, better it is considered for the business. For calculation purposes, operating ratio is equal to cost of goods sold plus other operating expenses upon net sales into 100. It is expressed as a percentage. Now students, sometimes it is also written as total operating expenses, because ultimately cost of goods sold is also an operating expense. Now how do we calculate its components? We all know that net sales are equal to sales minus sales return. Sales minus sales return. The numerator, that is cost of goods sold plus operating expenses. Remember, we had also done it earlier as well. Cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus net purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. Once we have calculated cost of goods sold, then the other part includes other operating expenses. Remember, other operating expenses include office and administration expenses, selling and distribution expenses, and any other expense which is of regular nature. Remember carefully that interest is not considered to be an operating expense. So once we have calculated all this, we can put it in the formula and calculate operating ratio.